Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Juicy Bullet Reviews. I am here with Thanuel. Say hello
Hello,
to the ladies
with
and
much better
gentlemen.
lighting.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, we're not recording in the middle of the night this time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not the middle of the night. The sun's still shining through my window. Anyway, today, the movie that we've watched was Nightmare Before Christmas. I had never seen the film. A lot of people had given me
I'll
a lot of
see,
shit for not having seen the film.
including me.
And so we decided, you know what? It's October. It's Halloween. Let's just watch some Nightmare Before Christmas. Um, for those of you who may not know, Nightmare Before Christmas was based on a dream that Tim Burton had. He didn't direct it. Henry Selick actually directed it. And the music was done by Danny Elfman. That was the thing that I pointed out because the music was huge in this film because it was mostly music.
It was.
Which, gonna be honest with you, had no idea that was a thing going into this. I didn't realize
I
it was like a
intentionally,
musical movie.
I intentionally did not tell you.
Yeah,
Um,
nobody told me. Nobody told me. They were just like, you're gonna love it. Watch it. It's great. Uh,
this is Halloween. This is
yeah, no,
Halloween.
like a lot of the tunes I recognized because I've played the Kingdom Hearts games, and in the Kingdom Hearts games, you go to Halloween Town and they use the actual music from
Hmm.
the thing. So I knew the general idea of what the movie was about
You just
from
didn't know
Kingdom
all the
Hearts.
songs.
I just didn't know everything. I had never seen it, so I didn't know. I didn't know, man. I didn't know. So I did write a few notes. Thaniel apparently did not. He's
Nope,
seen the
I did not.
movie. He already loved the movie. Um, I had never seen it, so note
For
boy
the
I was.
record, most of these movies, unless the viewers give us movies to watch, like the platform on the last video,
Hmm.
most of the movies that are currently on the list are stuff that John has not seen,
Yes, that's
and most of them I have seen.
that's kind of been the
So,
idea of this. Is I have a laundry list of movies people have told me that I should watch. But I don't really watch a lot of movies. Like, so I've never really gotten around to it. So I figured let's kill two birds with one stone. I'll watch all these movies, we'll get a series out of it, and it'll be great. Hopefully it'll be entertaining to some of you folks. So I did write some things. The first thing I wrote down was this movie came out the year I was born. This movie came
yeah,
out in 1993. Um,
came out the year before I was
yeah.
born.
So it came out the year I was born. My second note, which I don't even have to look at it because I remember very distinctly writing it, it's claymation. I'm typically not a
Yep.
fan of claymation, um, because it's like really janky a lot of times. But it was super smooth in this movie. Like,
Mad respect for the people who did the claymation for this
oh
movie.
yeah, yeah, no, because I've watched a lot of claymation stuff. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of claymation, but I have watched a lot of claymation stuff. Like I grew up in the '90s.
Yeah,
There was a lot of claymation going around. Um,
I agree. I agree.
so I've watched a lot of it, and detail, attention to detail, is extremely, even more so important with claymation or any sort of animation versus live action. Because like with live action, you can just move things around. Nothing's going like things touching things aren't gonna really impact it much.
Hmm.
But and like people's faces aren't gonna get fucked because they're real life people's faces. Like you can't just destroy
Hmm.
the object on accident. Um,
Well, I feel like the reason why it was done with so much detail is that even though he didn't direct it, it has Tim Burton's name on it.
it does indeed have Tim Burton's name on it, which anybody and everybody knows that anything that's got Tim Burton's name on it is going to be fucking fantastic. I have not seen a single thing that had his name attached to it that I didn't at least slightly enjoy. I haven't hated any of it. Um,
He just needs to learn that he can use anyone else besides Johnny Depp and his wife.
yeah, yeah, he uses Johnny Depp a lot. But to be fair, Johnny Depp is like perfect for Tim Burton films.
I know he is.
Like,
It was just a meme I had seen where
he's
it's like you do realize that you could use more people than just your
it's
wife
like, Tim,
and
you
Johnny Depp.
realize that Johnny isn't the only male actor out there, right? Like, you know this? Like, this is a piece of information you have? Yeah? Okay, just making sure.
Moving on.
um, the next thing I know, because this movie was fairly short, so what, an hour and 18 minutes? So there wasn't
Yep.
really a whole lot to point out. It was a very smooth movie. It just kind of happens. Not really a whole lot to discuss. But something that I thought was a little amusing was like while Jack was walking with Zero following him and Zero was barking at him wanting to play. I found it amusing that Jack pulled out one of his own ribs to play fetch with Zero. Uh, I thought that was kind of funny. So I wrote it down. And the next thing I wrote down was I recognize most of the music from Kingdom Hearts. Um,
Yeah.
Honestly, playing through the Kingdom Hearts games, even with never having seen this movie before playing those games, the Halloween Town levels were my favorite out of the entirety of the first two games. Like Halloween Town was
Okay.
fantastic. I loved. I was like, for one, okay, just gonna throw this out there. This is completely random. Tarzan level from Kingdom Hearts 1, hated it. Didn't like it at all. Not the best.
I've probably played at least maybe out of all the Kingdom Hearts games, right? I'm talking about like every single one that's out, right?
Hmm.
I have accumulated 10 minutes in total between all the games.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're
Like,
great. You should play them.
like I played the first game. I was like, I played it at a friend's house, played for a few minutes. It's like,
Mm,
okay, played the second one, played it for just keep on
they are
going.
great games. I could do an entire series just talking about Kingdom Hearts, not even actually playing the
Oh, I bet you
games.
could.
But anyway, my next note, back to Nightmare Before Christmas. My next note um, was literally I wrote these four words: Sally is very clever.
Oh
Like
yeah,
she's very very clever.
that
Is
or her maker is very dumb.
I mean, yeah, that, that too.
You poisoned me for the last time.
Yeah, like four times or some shit like that. He said, "Yeah, that was ridiculous." But like even throughout the film, like the decision. Why is this word so difficult for me to say? The
Decisions.
decisions she made throughout the movie, and like the things that she just put together were for just like a character that just seemed to be walking through the area. She put things together very quickly. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
she was very, very smart. I gotta readjust my position because my foot is falling asleep. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, let me grab my notebook here. My next note was uh when he was describing Christmas to the townsfolk, he managed to describe Christmas in a way that was almost terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. Yeah. Well,
Which
they
intrigued
weren't getting
me.
it.
No, they weren't understanding when he was making it sound nice. So when he got around to talking about Santa, he almost made him sound like the devil. Which again, in the Kingdom Hearts games, because this is the only reference I have to things that I knew about Nightmare Before Christmas
The
before I
movie.
watched the movie. Um, he just kept calling him Sandy Claus, and I was like, I mean, I get it. It sort of sounds like it. He comes from Halloween Town, like whatever. I get it. It's his only reference point. He might have just misheard it. Uh, Now I sort of understand a little bit more why he called him that. Um, because he was trying to make him sound scary. So it makes more sense to me now. My next note was went full scientist with Christmas. Like
Yes, he did.
he was trying too hard. um,
When he zoomed in on the mistletoe.
yeah, yeah, and then crushed the whole thing. Yeah, it was funny. And then my next note was, I honestly didn't realize this was a musical. I didn't I didn't understand that. It was almost the end of the movie, and it was just clicking in my brain like this is a movie that's more centered around the music.
Did that bother you though?
No, no, it didn't bother me too much. Um, it would have bothered me if the people who were singing, like, it sort of made sense that they were singing because every time they were singing, it was actually at a point where, like, somebody was feeling something intensely. It wasn't
Hmm.
just random singing for the sake of, oh, well, we need to put music in here. Like,
Like High School Musical.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Those pointless musicals that make zero sense whatsoever, and I
Like
hate them.
even freaking Greatest Showman and Les Miserables
Hmm.
um have, well, then again, those are straight up musicals.
Yes.
But they have it, like they do have some talking.
I'm going to be
And then like
100% honest. Never seen Les Miserables.
put it
I,
on the
I
list.
have I have seen Greatest Showman though. I went and watched that in
There's
the
there's
theater.
there's two versions. There's the version that came out first, and then there's the one with Russell Crowe
Hmm.
and Hugh Jackman
I mean, Hugh Jackman is
and
amazing. So,
and so here's the thing though. So kind of side noting though, like I thought I didn't realize that how good of a singer Hugh Jackman was until Les Miserables, and then when I saw The
mm.
Greatest Showman, I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go watch that.
Oh yeah, no, he's a
But
fantastic singer.
we will put The Greatest Showman and we'll put Les Miserables on the list.
I've seen Greatest
Back
Showman.
to night.
That one was fantastic. I went and saw
Okay,
that one in
we'll
theaters.
we'll go back to Nightmare Before Christmas though.
Yeah. Anyway, and my last
Uh,
note was they get Christmas after all. Like right at the end where Santa's leaving, he makes
yes.
it snow in Halloween Town. Um and everybody was super excited about it. And it was, in my opinion, pretty much this is where I might catch a little bit of flack. Okay.
Okay.
It was the only part of the movie that actually made me feel anything
Mm,
other than, slight amusement. Like it actually made me feel something. Because like the kids threw a
I'm not gonna give you
snowball
any
at
flack for that
Jack and
one.
then they hid behind the fountain, and that actually kind of made me feel good a little bit. It's like, hey, they're actually
Well,
being, kids.
yeah. The way I see it with, I want to just say a few things that always hit with me. Not
Hmm.
not stuff that I've noticed, just because I've watched this movie so many times now at this point.
Hmm.
Um, so, and I might catch flack for this. My most favorite part of Nightmare Before Christmas is the beginning with the song.
The opening theme,
That
yeah,
that
it's
yeah, the
fantastic.
opening thing. That's my favorite
It's
part of the movie.
fantastic.
Now, I do appreciate, on one hand, you have Jack, who, let's just assume that they are like, let's just pretend that they don't age and that they're centuries old,
Yep,
because they're in their own town, their own Halloween town. That's the whole
correct. We're just going to
premise.
assume that they're already dead,
That
they're
they're very,
immortal.
except for the fact that if you look back with Frankenweenie and the Corpse Bride.
I've never watched either one of those.
So essentially, and we'll put those on the list too, but they're all Tim Burton movies.
Hmm.
With Frankenweenie, it's a kid who brings back his dead dog to life,
Okay.
and his dog is a zombie dog. Okay.
Okay.
And then Corpse Bride is about someone who is supposed to be married, and then he ends up marrying a corpse basically, and his
Mm-hmm.
dog, the kid's dog, the teenager, I guess, his dog is dead and is a skeleton. Okay,
Okay.
and then you have Nightmare Before Christmas. So the ongoing theory right now is that the kid and the dog from Frankenweenie are the same kid and dog from Corpse Bride, and there are also the same people who end up becoming Jack the Skeleton and the ghost dog.
The way you describe
Because
that, it
they
all
come,
makes sense to me.
they were the movies were made in reverse order. So, but it's a cool thing. But anyway, so
I mean, so
let's
are the
like I said,
Star
let's
Wars movies, so whatever.
let's just assume that they've been there for a while. Like
Right.
I can relate with Jack on that. Is like going through you know doing Halloween one day a year, and
Yeah.
then literally 364 days to prepare for the next Halloween. God knows how many times he's done that.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean,
And
yeah.
he's depressed.
I
He's depressed.
I did sort of feel that. Like I understand feeling like you're stuck in a rut and wanting to
Yeah.
branch out and do something else. Um
Now,
I mean that's
my
exactly
only
what I'm
problem,
doing with my YouTube channel right now.
my only problem is, for as long as he's been there, how in the hell did he not see those other trees?
Oh, fuck if I know. Just
Just that was my one issue throughout the entire movie. Is like it's all right. I was like, all right, let's just say that you've been there for 5+ years. How in the hell is this the first time you're seeing this?
fuck
Other
if
than
I
that,
know.
I appreciated the fact that they represented Sally as someone who wanted their free, like they were stuck but not stuck. Like
Right.
she felt like she always had to go back there because that was her home, but she was also wanting freedom and she was lonely.
Right.
So I feel like they portray that really well.
Mhm.
And then I really like how they portrayed Oogie, or they portrayed Oogie Boogie, because Oogie Boogie was all about power, and you know they once Jack pulled the string, and basically they just showed how he truly was ugly on the inside.
Mhm. I mean, to be fair, kind of ugly on the outside too.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think out of all the characters, Oogie Boogie is probably my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I would okay.
I always like the villains though, so don't pay attention to me.
Honestly,
Um,
I don't know that I could say that I even had a favorite character. Like, I don't know. I it okay. So I'm not saying this was a bad movie. I did enjoy watching it. Um I did get distracted a bit while I was watching the movie that might have had something to do with it, but I okay. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a story
mhm.
about a guy who was stuck in a rut, was tired of doing the same bullshit over and over and over again, wanted to do something else, and like not just be known as the guy who does this one thing over and over and over again. Like I get it, I get it, but at the same time, like his character arc, I understood, I fully understood, but a lot of the other characters just seemed flat. Like they didn't change.
I know.
They were the
Mhm.
same throughout the entire film. Like the only thing that eh, okay, my major point here being the moment at the end, the ending. I don't feel like that was really earned. Like most of the movie, Jack and Sally weren't even in the same area. So I don't feel like the ending was really deserved. Um I saw it coming, but at the same time,
Mhm.
I saw it coming because it was the obvious conclusion. Um, but I don't really feel like it was earned.
Okay, that's
Like,
fair. I mean,
um, it was a good movie though. I did enjoy it. Um, but I I feel like the best part, the real star of this film, the real star of this film was Danny Elfman's work with the music. That was the real star of this film, was the music, not the movie itself, not any of the characters. Uh, it was Danny Elfman, in my opinion, was the real star of this movie.
okay.
Um,
So I got like one other thing to say.
okay,
Out of all holidays, chose Christmas. Completely skipped Thanksgiving.
yeah, and
Kidnapped the Easter
yeah, they
Bunny.
kidnapped the Easter Bunny, which I'm going to admit did make me laugh. That was amusing to me.
So my question for you, John, and for all the viewers of this video, if you had to choose one holiday out of all those holidays in the universe of Nightmare Before Christmas, aside from Christmas, so not Christmas, because Jack Skeleton already did that, which holiday would you hijack if you were in Halloween Town? Me personally, I would have stuck with the Easter Bunny.
Hmm, it's a good question. Um, Honestly, probably St. Patrick's Day.
Ooh, Halloweenish St. Patrick's
Yeah,
Day.
yeah, yeah. I feel like that would be fun.
Okay.
I feel like that'd be fun.
I feel like Halloweenish Easter Bunny.
That would just be terrifying. I would be
You
mortified
know, actually, I think there's an anime about that one.
to see like a
Uh,
zombie Easter bunny sort of situation
Not
going
even a
on.
zombie Easter Bunny, like a I don't know, just like
Instead of
ki-
opening an Easter egg and finding or like a plastic egg and finding candy, you find like an eyeball. Like, nah, I'm good.
no, like that one scene where he gets the Christmas box and he gets the shrunken head.
Yeah, yeah, because it's just like stuff that they have in their town laying around. Like this is the sort of gift I would give somebody in my town.
When
Um,
the snake eats the entire Christmas tree.
yeah, yeah, okay, that one made me laugh too. But the thing that made me laugh the most about that scene was the look on the kid's face as he was screaming, watching in absolute horror as that snake was eating the Christmas tree. It, it was so funny to me to just watch this small child in absolute horror as the snake devours their tree.
Or when they were trying to shoot him down.
Yeah, and he was completely oblivious to the fact that they were trying to shoot him down. He was just like, "Oh, they're throwing a party. They're excited." Like, nah, dude, they're trying to kill you.
Well, unless you got anything else, that's all I got for
That's all I've got.
today's video.
Um, I'm sure I'm gonna catch some flack for some of the things I said. But before I just want to reiterate, I did not hate this movie. I did enjoy the movie overall. There were just some parts of it that I felt were really lacking. And this is why I don't really watch movies. They're too short. There's not enough time to really give any sort of anything. It's, I prefer episodic television because you have time to explain and develop your characters. Whereas in an hour and 18 minutes, it's very difficult to go in my brain from okay, these people, as far as I know, are basically perfect strangers. They interact
We
three
really
times, huh?
we really need to watch Les Miserables then.
And then they interact three times throughout the entire film, and at the end they're supposedly in love. Like I just didn't understand. I didn't get it because I didn't see the development, which is why I feel like movies are kind of hard to even make or to do. They're difficult to do right. And I'm not saying this movie wasn't
Yeah.
done right. It was good. It was good, and I enjoyed it.
I always enjoy.
But I honestly don't feel like this is a 5-star film. Not to me.
I mean, I would only give it a 5 star just because of how much I like it. I
I
mean,
mean, yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
with
a
this video,
classic.
I'm not gonna even rate it just because for me, and like I feel like a lot of people who have seen this, for us it's more of a nostalgic thing. It's a perfect Halloween movie. It's a perfect Christmas movie because it's both.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Excuse
you
me.
know, it's flexible,
Mhm.
it's nostalgic. So I'm going to rate it nostalgic, meaning no rating.
Fair enough.
It's not a bad rating. It's not a good rating. It's just it is what it is.
I honestly feel like I would rate it at about a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 stars.
I mean, that's pretty generous for
Um,
you since for apparently the star of the show is the music.
yeah, and I was gonna say about 2 of those stars are because of the music alone. Like, or maybe a star and a half just for the music. The music was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it just I loved listening to the music from this film. That's part of the reason why, like, as a kid playing the first Kingdom Hearts, I would literally just sit in the Nightmare Before Christmas world just to listen to the theme over and over again.
Fair.
I loved it. It was amazing. Um, but yeah, I would give it about a 4. 4 out of 5.
Okay.
4 out of 5 stars. Um, yeah. So that's gonna be that, I guess.
So I guess the until we figure out what we're gonna do, the next movies, unless someone decides to leave a comment below and give us some movies to put on the list. The current list is going to be The Circle, Edward Scissorhands, and Les Miserables.
Yeah, and
There's the choices.
we had a couple of movies that were recommended by a viewer on
I'll make sure to put
on the
on the list. I'll have to look.
last I believe it's on a comment on the last movie review.
Okay, I'll go look at it.
Yeah, I think he listed like 3 movies. And 2 of them I believe are similar to the platform, like similar vibe.
So don't eat. Got you.
Well, like the psychological thriller sort
Oh, okay.
of thing. He actually listed what they were, like genre wise, in the comment. Um,
Oh, okay. Like I said, I'll go
so
look at it.
so yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I am hoping that we can get the circle done soon. But we're waiting on a buddy of mine to get back to us on that one. Um, and then Edward Scissorhands. So yeah, that more movies I haven't watched. So that
More
one
movies I have
that one
watched.
is another one that, from what I can tell, it's basically just a fucking cult classic.
It's
Like,
okay, guys. I'm educating him.
I'm getting there. Okay, I I'm not a very I'm not very cultured. Like,
And I was homeschooled.
I'm just- I was I was high, so I didn't really watch a lot of movies. I was busy
Oh,
fucking around. Um. Anyway,
fair.
so thank you so much
Anyway,
for
guys,
watching.
thank you for watching. Happy Halloween.
Yes,
If
happy
you like
Halloween.
us, hit that like
Stay
button. If
safe.
you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
Stay safe. Social distancing, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen. Be careful out there.
agreed.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.